Hi guys, welcome to Migratory Game. Make a little video for the beginner or the guy who wants to get into duck hunting but doesn't have a whole lot of money to do it. You see all these decoys, and I got a little bit of diver decoys down there. And you see a lot of guys with a lot of decoys and you start to get overwhelmed. Well, let's just imagine if these wasn't here. Those are all gone. This is what you got. This is pretty much all you need. Start out with just 6 decoys. I like the Higdon standard packs. I'm not promoted by Higdon or getting paid by Higdon. I like them because they're smaller decoys. Some guys like the jumbos. I like the smaller decoy because I can carry more in one bag and put out more decoys in my spread. But I like the Higdons standards. One thing about them is they're cheap. I can't remember, but I think it's like $30 or $35 for 6 of them. Same as the wood ducks. This here's a Higdon wood duck drake. That's a Higdon wood duck hen. That's a mallard drake, obviously. Let's see. There's a Higdon hen. They look pretty good. The hens, I didn't do anything with them, but the drakes, I took some paint and I touched up around the neck. I didn't like the color of the bill. I touched up the bill and I flocked the heads, which the flocking's coming off. But if you want to get started duck hunting, don't get overwhelmed thinking that you got to buy all these decoys and you got to have the latest and greatest stuff, because you don't. I don't have Sika gear. I don't really understand the hype on the Sika gear. I mean, don't get me wrong, it could be great, but for the price, I'm not going to buy it. I'm just not going to do it. These are Higdon pintails. That's a hen. That's a drake. Higdon redhead. Drake. Redhead hen. Let's see. I'm gonna grab a bluebill, drake, and a bluebill hen. Okay. Same thing. These decoys, they're cheap. You get 6 of them. It's $40 or less, and it's just a great way to start. So you buy 6 decoys, you got $40 in it. So another thing about these decoys is they're all Texas rigs. I prefer Texas rigs. Some guys don't like it, but I like it. It does bind up in the bag. I'll show you a trick to that here in a minute. It helps. It doesn't make it perfect, but it helps. I'll tell you right now, duck hunting, it's not how many decoys you got, really. It's not. It's being in the right spot and having some motion. That's really it. You don't have to be a good caller. You don't have to have 200 decoys. You just got to be in the right spot with motion. But I'll show you what I mean. So I got this little burlap. Take that out of there. We use that for some blind material. But I'm gonna put these decoys. I don't know how many's there. A dozen, I think. Maybe 13, counting this rippling duck. I'm gonna put them in here. Instead of putting the hook down in the bag with them, I leave it out. Like this. I leave it out outside the bag. That way when I get there, all I gotta do is open the bag up, grab my carabiner, and just pull them all out. Do they tangle up? Yeah, they tangle up. That's all you need to get started duck hunting. Just a handful of decoys, your shotgun, and some waders. Camo, you don't necessarily have to have camo. Use like burlap, camouflage burlap. These are just white sheets. I bought them at Walmart. I think they were $3. That's what I put on my lay-down blinds when the snow's on the ground. That's just a cover. It doesn't fully blend in, but I don't know if you can perfectly match the color of snow anyways. Just don't get overwhelmed. If you're if you want to start duck hunting, don't get overwhelmed thinking that you got to have 40 or 50 decoys and you got to have the best looking decoy. You know, Avian X is a good decoy and they look great, but you don't have to have an Avian X. Like I said, these Higgins standards, yeah, they're little. They are little. They're kind of, you know, right on point to the size of the duck themselves. The mallard decoys, I already put them up. Like, oh, that's a hen, and the drake's pretty much the same size as the hen. But this is a different brand. This is redhead. Yeah, redhead, and they're a little bigger. But the wood ducks, they're about right on point, and they got different. They got resting, active. I don't think they have any sleeping. That's it. Resting and active. No feeding. But to get started, just to get out there and get your feet wet. And then over the years, I mean, I didn't get all this stuff at once. First thing I bought on my own decoys was, I got 6 wood ducks and I got 6 mallards. And then the next year for Christmas, my wife got me, it was 6 pintails, 6 redheads, 6 bluebills, and that's it. Yeah, and I got those, you know, 18 the following Christmas. And then I got some goose decoys, but they're silhouettes that I've made myself. If you're starting out duck hunting, if you're gonna hunt on water, I recommend you find a spot that's, you know, just waist deep, maybe a little deeper, all the way across. If you're hunting early morning, you want to find a good feeding area. That'd be like shallower water, you know, knee deep or less. You're gonna have your decoys feeding. Another thing is, if you're hunting water, I recommend, if you don't have a dog, just keep, you know, try to keep it shallow. If not, what's gonna happen is you're gonna shoot a duck out in the middle of the lake. And if you got a boat, that's great. You got a kayak, go get it, that's great. But if you don't, you either have to wait on the wind to push it over. If you're hunting a pond, that's usually alright. You can wait on the wind, or you can use a fishing pole with a hook on it and try to snag your bird and reel it to you. If you don't have a dog. But if you have a dog, that's awesome. More than likely, you're not going to have one just beginning duck hunting because you don't even know if you like to go. Another thing is dove hunting. It's not duck hunting, but it is similar. If you want to go out and see if you even like wing shooting, you might not even like hunting birds. So don't go out buying decoys unless you don't go buying a bunch of decoys and spending a bunch of money unless you know that this is something that you're going to enjoy for years. Because duck hunting does get expensive. But that's all I got, and I appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.